some music on this one. Okay, yeah, screwed up, guys. Forgot to turn on the mic. All right. Okay, Joe. So you didn't hear any of that stuff. All right, well, we were on the Pikespeed Greenway. We picked up the a little bit of the Cottonwood Trail. And now we're crossing, we're getting on the, I call it the Nevada Avenue Access Path. Okay, let's go ahead and try. Thank you. I wish you would have waved at him because I can't. Yeah, when somebody does that, always wave at them. Because if I have a camera in my hand, I can't. Go up here and get a gratuitous Joe shot. They're tough. All right, but oh, so you'll know, because you didn't hear anything on the first part. As you can see, let me get up here with Joe for a second. We have new helmets. Yeah, and these are by a company called SENA, and we can actually talk to each other without having to, you know, send up smoke signals or find a, or you know, I have to put the camera down to use the walkie-talkie. Now these are the old version. These are the R1s. I think they're the oldest version that there is. They're like kind of like the original. But although they were a complete bear to get set up, I mean, it took us 2 days to get it finally set up. But we think one of the problems was that Joe's firmware was a 4.1 and my firmware was a 5.1. So it's, huh? 1.5. No, 5.1.
Okay.
Yours was a 4.1, mine's a 5.1. But now I found out how to do the firmware upgrade for her helmet, and then we luckily, although it was not on any instruction that after you get these things turned on, you actually have to we have to pair up with the phones and then pair up with each other's helmet, and then you have to copy a little barcode thing, and but when you get it all done, to actually activate the intercom, you have to push the center button, one of 3 buttons, just once. And that, voila, we can talk to each other. In fact, you might be able to hear her, I don't know. Say hi, Joe.
Hello.
So, yeah, I don't know if you can hear that or not. Probably can with the wireless microphone. Yeah, right now we're on the Nevada Avenue Access Path, as I call it. And yes, there is a bike lane going down the road, but the traffic is bad. We don't like the traffic. So we're using the sidewalk, which is not a big problem because it's Sunday and there's very few people that use this walk anyway, because it's not a nice place to walk with all this traffic noise.
Too close to the highway, too.
Yeah, and it's too close to I-25 too, like Joe said, because it's yeah, it's
loud.
Yeah, very loud.
Very busy.
And very busy all the time. And right now, this road's traffic is actually a lot less than normal because it is a Sunday, and most of the businesses here are closed on a Sunday. You know, the Harley shop, the BMW dealer, the jewelry place, yeah, they're pretty much all closed on Sunday, so that helps quite a bit. Makes Sunday kind of a nice day to do this. But it's so funny because we decided to go up the Greenway and do this, what I call the Vincent Street Loop, so we could, you know, test the helmets without a lot of auto traffic. Well, and then, you know, dummy here forgot to turn on the wireless mic, and so we're testing it with a lot of auto traffic, and I can hear her just fine. So yeah, it is kind of funny though, because you know, now you get to hear when, you know, the other person is, you know, groaning up a hill or switching gears, blowing their nose, all the things you didn't hear before. And yes, you can have music, you know, built. You know, you can put music into the system, but we're not going to bother. We wanted them for communication, and you can hook your phone into it, but we're not going to do that either. Now, there's a possibility, like Joe brought up, because they have to, you know, they're paired to our phones, so we might actually hear the ring, but well, we wouldn't have a clue on how to answer it. So don't know if you, yeah, because you may just, you know, once you get the two helmets, you know, the intercom system to work, you might just be able to punch the center button and pull up a, you know, a phone call. But I'm not gonna mess with that. Yeah, the price wasn't too bad. These were on sale for $129, and it's a lot more money than we could really afford. But we've been wanting these things for like years, ever since they brought them out, really, which has been quite a while now. So that could be, you know, 6 to 10 years, because they have several versions now. They have an R2, which is a little better system than what we have. Then they have several others, and then they have a new one that's really cool because it's a clip-on, so it just clips onto your strap, so you could use it on any helmet. So that would be kind of nice, you know, because, you know, we still got our other helmets. They're still good for a couple more years. You know, they say replace helmets every 5 years, because, you know, the styrofoam stuff gets, you know, gets hard, and it won't do the job if you're in a crash. Get you a little up here of the Pinnacle Rock. I had to give you something besides cars. Now we're going to go pick up what we call the cracked trail, because it's full of cracks. It's an old asphalt trail that the college put in so the kids could walk over here to one of those apartment complexes. Half the apartment complex has University of Colorado Springs students in it. So they put this little walk so they wouldn't have to walk through the mud, but they've never repaired it since. Yeah. But it works out great for us because it keeps us on this side, and we can go underneath, basically underneath Nevada Avenue here, and get to Smash Burger, Panera Bread, get over to the not shopping center, but the retail center. Because right now we're heading to Panera Bread, so we can get some iced tea and you know, have our brown bag lunch. But yeah, as you kind of see here, it's got lots of cracks. It's a beat up. I wish the city would take it over, you know, and actually concrete it, because it makes it easy. You probably heard Joy right there. Might even heard her bell. Passing on the right. Thank you. Okay. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Let's go, Joe. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have to remember I don't have to yell anymore. But that car was so loud, you still kind of had to yell at least a little bit. yeah, all the trails we're on today are urban trails. So they're not rail trails. All this up here is the University of Colorado Springs. And across Nevada Avenue is the University Village Colorado Center. Yes, there we go.
They couldn't make it much longer.
Yeah, whew, pretty car. Don't know what the car is, don't care, but the color's gorgeous.
Yep.
Fantastic looking blue. Man, I tell you, I would love to be able to have these trikes repainted one of these cool blues that change colors and stuff.
Illusion?
Yeah, illusion blue. That would be so cool. But, you know, they'd have to strip it down to the frame and then put it all back together. So you're looking probably about $200 each way. Oh, nice jump. The mountain bike guy came by and he didn't even take the corner. He just jumped the whole thing. It's really cool. But I probably didn't get it on the camera. I hope I got a little bit of it. So like I said, see, we can go right underneath Nevada Avenue. Now, how cool is that? Come on. How cool is that? Ole, 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 ole. Not exactly a tunnel, but it will have to do. All right. So we're going to head up here and go over to Panera Bread. Lock them up and go inside because it's a little too chilly in the shade to... Oh, we're going to have to go... Yeah, go out. You can go through here. You just have to be careful. Looks like they're doing some kind of construction. Yeah. So we're having to do the tight spot. You got cement wall on one side and posts on the other. Ah, we made it. Yay. We're going to be right here, dear. It's too cold.
Yeah.
So I need you to go straight back into the thing, get as close to the whatchamacallit as you can. Okay. Well, we will get back to you. And hope you're having a great Sunday. Bye for now. Okay, well, we're back. Now we're turning off the Pikes Peak Greenway onto the Templeton Gap Trail. And yeah, like I said, we're using these new SENA R1 helmets. And so far, even with all the hassles to get them set up, they seem to work quite well. And they pair up pretty fast. I am going to probably have to look into the idea of like bringing my... Well, I bring a little, battery charge cell thing. I'm going to have to start bringing the cord for the phone and charge up the phone because I'm also doing the relive, the video mapping of the ride, and using a lot of power. So, and I have a terrible feeling that if the phone powers down, my helmet will power down. So, at least the intercom part will power down. Might just shut itself off. But, yeah, we'll have to see. Like I said, I got to remember I got to get the cord to charge the phone. I think I have a little short one. I hope I do. Yeah, I do, in fact. But, okay. Yeah, like I said, we're on the Templeton Gap Trail. This is the start of it, so I guess you'd call it the west end. Oh. Yeah, sometimes people come down these hills way too fast, and they're not, it seems weird that, they're like totally oblivious that somebody might just be coming up the hill,
Well, no one's supposed to get in their way.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, that is a point. people are kind of bad about, you know, I'm the only important one. But, yeah, so like I said, we're, you know, except for the hassles of the setup, pretty darn happy with these helmets. They work quite well. You know, you don't have to, it's nice, you know, something's coming up, you know, or we need to take a turn. I can just tell Joe, you know, take a left turn. And she can hear me, you know, but before I had to scream it, you know. Or if, you know, we get some of these trails, you know, they go into a fork, you know, so you have to,
decide which way to go.
yeah, that's it. Which way to take the fork. As I said, this is the Templeton Gap Trail, or T-Gap as we call it. And it's another urban trail. We only have 3 rail trails in Colorado Springs, and none of them are very long, really. The longest one, I think, would be the Midland, and it's only like 10 miles. I think basically the Midland and the Rock Island are about the equal length. Now, if they ever finish the Rock Island could be a very long trail, because it will go way out east. I mean, way out east. You know, we're talking, you know, like heading, howdy? We're talking like heading for Kansas kind of east. But right now, I think it goes out to, what is the name of that town on Highway 24? Oh, booger, I can't think of it. Well, it used to be a separate little town, but now it's basically nothing but a suburb of Colorado Springs. But it's out east.
Falcon?
Yeah, thank you, Falcon. The little town of Falcon. And I don't know if it's actually, it's probably been forced into the city limits, because, I mean, there's no space anymore, so. But, yeah, we're going to be heading up the hill here. This is a big old hill, so put it up into 3 and give you a little back view here. A little side shot over there, you kind of see the mountain range. This is a really nice shot if you're coming down the other way, you know. I'll try to get a little bit in there for you. Okay, gotta get the E-assist up to 3. Now, there's still a whole lot of crunchy ice around here. This ice is really hard now, because it's had, you know, several days to melt and refreeze, melt and refreeze, melt and refreeze. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you're having a really good Sunday. And, you know, if you're not, stay warm, drink hot cocoa, and if you have a fireplace, put another log on the fire. Because it's nice today. I mean, but the wind is still pretty chilly. Especially it came up a little bit over the last few months, you know, over the last coming back. It was quite cold, you know, unlocking the trikes there at Panera Bread. See if I can't get camera down here for a little different view. But yeah, so you guys got any real serious plans for next year as far as where you're going to take your trike and go ride? We were hoping to get to Pennsylvania and then go to Iowa and do the High Trestle Trail, yeah, but don't think that's going to happen. Just not coming up with the money that the kind of money we're going to need, and don't want to borrow any more money. We just about got the loan we borrowed for our trip to Tennessee last year paid off, so it'd be kind of nice to get that done. Yeah, we're getting into the really rough kind of section, so Yeah, so we have to cross Nevada Avenue, which is no fun. This is one of those where you wish they'd like put a bridge over. Check out the lowrider there. Holy God, I thought he was going to tip over. I really did. I'm not even close and you'd be in my way. So you're going to have to get out or go back over or something. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and kick you down because this is a really long light. Shot there, Joe going over the little bridge. Oh, turn, baby, turn. Sometimes it's a little hard to steer with one hand. But so we're back on the trail again, which is good. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about this particular trail is it does there's a lot of crossings, but that's the busy one. That's the really bad one. It's a really nice day today, and it's probably been almost 2 weeks since we've been able to ride, because either the weather was bad or we had appointments. We had a lot of appointments lately. Of course, it is the first part of the year, so a lot of stuff gets done, and I finally got my MRI done from my arthritis specialist. I've only been it was approved back in August, but they never set it up, so finally got that done. So that's out of the way. So I'll be able to go back to my arthritis specialist and see what's going on. She's decided that I don't have ankylosing spondylitis. So and she's the one that gave me that diagnosis 2 years ago. But she says I'm back to reactive arthritis, or for the old name was Ritter's syndrome. But all the same stuff still aches and is sore, so I don't know. Sometimes I don't think these people really know what's going on.
All a big guess.
Yeah, it's all a big guess. And if it is reactive arthritis is very weird, because you can get it, and then within a period of a few months it can go away totally, or it can reoccur anytime it wants. But like I said, my stuff still hurts all the time, so and it's hurt for years, so I just don't think she really knows. So I'll just have to go with the reactive arthritis. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that, because I've been telling you guys for quite a while now, that I have ankylosing spondylitis. So yeah, this arthritis stuff is like Joe's diabetes stuff. It's all a giant guess. They really don't know what they're doing. I mean, seriously. They're
really not looking for a cure.
Yeah, that's because there's big money in it. Big money. That's like, they'd love to have me on one of those biologics, and $2,000 a month or more. No, I'll live with my Tylenol. But should be a pretty good view of Pikes Peak right there from the backside. We're getting a few high wave clouds, but yeah, this has been the first really decent day, because otherwise it's just been screaming cold, you know. I mean, cold burr, you know. When the high for the day in the afternoon is 20, it's cold. Okay, it's cold.
Shoot, when the high of the day is 32, it's cold.
Yeah, that's it, especially if there's any breeze. And we've had a lot of wind and breeze lately. I think it was just the day before they were talking about 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts, you know. So we have, you know, we did have a big snow. We got like 10 inches, but we haven't had anything since. Had a couple times when they thought it might drop a little, but it didn't. Thank you. Have a good day. But yeah, we like I said, we're just happy to get in a ride. Man, had to air up the tires, you know, and do a quick check over everything. Well, like I said, our main objective is to get a ride, but also to test out the helmets. So yeah, supposedly they have a half-mile distance, you know, but we've kind of figured out that that half mile has to be, you know, nothing in the way, you know, no buildings, no corners, no, that's straight. So it's more like a quarter mile. I don't know what that would be in kilometers, but in case there's anybody from the European side that's watching. Yeah, so the video would have been all talking, except for I forgot to turn on the mics, so you'll get a little music and then the talking. So that's good in a way. Well, like, we were kind of fortunate because most of their helmets are, you know, like, you know, flat black and flat white, and this came, you could get the R1s in a flat black, a neon tangerine, or this ice blue. I didn't want to get the tangerine, or, you know, it would have stood out, but we found that any of those neon colors they paint helmets, after about 6 months they start fading really bad. Our other helmets are neon yellow, but now they look like
neon white.
Yeah, neon white. Not even neon, just pale white. Here we're coming up on the. Howdy. Oh.
Trying to get over so she could be on the right side of the road.
I know. Yeah, but we got caught in a paradox there with the walker and a rider, yeah. So staying where you stayed was probably the best thing we could have done. Yeah, the sun's going behind these couple little wave clouds a little bit, so otherwise, you know, it's sunny without a doubt. Bouncy. Lots of crack in the concrete. They're supposed to already had the money to fix all that, but it never got done, so don't know what the status is. I gotta get going here, got a car coming. Of course, they're supposed to stop because we're in a crosswalk, but sometimes they can be a pain in the drain. Coming through!
We're clear.
Okay. Okay. Now we're on the older section. Oh, and it's starting to get a lot of cracks. And
No, the cracks are just getting meaner.
yeah, the cracks are just starting getting meaner. But still not too terrible. Howdy? Howdy. I think we're gonna head for Nancy Lewis, dear.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you can hear the wind in our helmets. You put them just the right angle and stuff, but it's not bad. It's pretty breezy today, so okay. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah.
Huh.
Cut out there for a bit.
Well, I had 2 beeps. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I had 2 beeps too, and then there was a blank spot, then another beep, and then I could hear it again.
Yeah. I wonder if hope the batteries aren't getting low already. Of course, like I said, the battery in my phone could die on me.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to bring that cord and charge up the phone while we're eating lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were laughing because, when we started riding trikes, we didn't have any of this stuff. We didn't even have bike computers, I mean, it was a little while before we could afford any accessories at all, Now we got all this stuff. Criminy. I mean, I've got 2 GoPros. We've got USB lights, battery-powered lights, front and back. We've got these
Motor.
helmets, that are now talking to each other, and we are electrified. So, gotta take a look at well, we're definitely recording. Just want to say thank you for checking out the ride, and please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Out and About on the Recumbents with BJ and Joe Ando. And thank our subscribers for hanging in there with us. And hope that things are going well for everybody out there. Hope you got in a couple of miles or so at least, this weekend. And yeah, so now this is just a little access way you know, off of, well, it's funny. We were on the T-Gap Trail. Now this will end here, and we'll be on T-Gap Road. This is along Union Boulevard here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, our hometown. So, hey Joe, when you get up to there, stop for me, will you? Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video for today, so it's not too terribly long. Get a little ahead of Joe here, try to get both of us. So, for VJ and Joe Ando, out and about on the Recumbents, like we always say, till we come together again, happy trails. Bye.